There are 3 rules to owning a gremlin. Keep them away from light, don't get them wet, and whatever you do, don't feed them after midnight. Billy breaks all of these rules, and on Christmas Eve, the gremlins are unleashed and all hell breaks loose. What is going on, people? Welcome back to Fatal Film, a watch-along horror movie video series where every 2 weeks I give you guys a horror movie and we sit down and we talk about it. This week, because it's December 1st, because it's the time of the year of the Grizmaz, we are watching the dark comedy horror Christmas classic Gremlins. Stick around to the end of this video for next episode's movie. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I have watched Gremlins twice, and before that, I have never seen this movie, never in my life. I've always wanted to watch it, I always knew I would like it, but for some reason, I just never got around to watching it. And so, the last 2 weeks, I've watched it twice, and holy shit, I think I found, one of my new personal favorites. This movie is the fucking best! Now, there was a lot of, puppet kind of, monster movies in the 80s. It was, a trend. And I think, Gremlins really kind of kicked off and was one of the first kind of trendsetters in that area. And you can already tell that this movie is, a cut above the rest. You know, you got Steven Spielberg's name plastered all over this, even though he's just, a producer on the movie. He didn't direct it. I don't know how involved he really was. But, of course, having his name attached to it, you know it's going to be a bit better than the average. So this movie starts off with a father looking for a Christmas gift for his son. And for some reason, he goes to some dingy-ass shop in Chinatown and he talks to this super fucking stereotypical Chinese shop owner. And he sells him, well, first he doesn't want to sell him. He warns him against selling him what it was called a mogwai. Apparently in Cantonese it means demon or something like that, but the shop owner's son, he kind of sneaks it out to him in the back alley, right? Because they really need the money. So he takes the mogwai back home and gives it to his son. And you would think just the type of gift it is, his son is probably super young or something like that, but I'm just like, what? His son's a full-grown fucking man, your boy Billy. He's an adult, he works at a fucking bank. And so the kid who sneaks the mogwai out to the father, he gives him 3 very specific rules. He's keep them away from light, don't get them wet, and definitely don't feed them after midnight. So the father gives the mogwai to the son, they name him Gizmo, and Gizmo is the fucking best. Gizmo is the best fucking character in this movie. He is fucking cute as hell. You really like Gizmo. You just love this little dude so much, and throughout the movie when you see him getting in trouble or something like that, you feel really bad for him. So first they accidentally get some light on Gizmo by taking a picture and with the flash on the camera, and so Gizmo, he doesn't like it. He's super sensitive to lights. The gremlins are super sensitive to lights, and that's how you first find that out. And then later on, your boy Corey Feldman comes over and spills a cup of water on Gizmo. And turns out, what does that do? That makes the gremlins multiply. It's what? And so now Billy has 5 gremlins, and Gizmo is still different from the other ones, right? Gizmo spends enough time with Billy that he kind of bonds with Billy, and he's a good guy. He's the good guy gremlin. And then there's the asshole gremlins, and that's led by a dude named Stripe. He's got a little mohawk thing going on. So the asshole gremlins, these are some little sneaky little bastards, and they find a way to get fed after midnight. They trick Billy into thinking it's before midnight by fucking with his clock. And then he ends up feeding them after midnight, and when that happens, they go into these little pods and they transform, and then they turn all fucking reptilian and super strong and fast and way more diabolical than before. So these transformed reptilian gremlins, they're super violent. They end up attacking everyone. So the fucking mom, let me tell you, Billy's mom, what a fucking hero, man. She's a goddamn badass. She has the best scene in the entire movie. Can we talk about this goddamn kitchen scene? So she ends up killing 3 by herself in the kitchen in the most violent ways possible. She ends up she blends one up in a pot. She sticks one in the microwave and it fucking explodes, and there's green guts and blood flying everywhere. It is grotesque. She picks up a kitchen knife, but that's not enough. She picks up a second second kitchen knife. She's fucking dual wielding. And then she goes full Norman Bates on this dude. I'm just holy shit, what is going on? So then it's just down to Stripe, and Billy ends up chasing him down, but Stripe ends up getting to this big ass swimming pool, and he jumps in. and then he just multiplies into like hundreds and hundreds of these reptilian gremlins, and then they start just wreaking havoc on the town. And I would say like the last third of this movie is just gremlin shenanigans. So pretty much it's up to Billy and Gizmo to pretty much put an end to these gremlins. The cops are fucking useless. So he goes to the police. And the police are driving out, and they see like this Santa Claus, this guy dressed up as like Santa Claus, getting attacked by all of these fucking gremlins, and he's getting just torn to shreds, getting bit, getting clawed. And the cops are just like watching there, and they roll down the window, and then they roll the window back up, and they drive away. They're like, fuck this shit, I'm out. They're useless. All of like the human characters in this movie, they're all ridiculous. They're all like caricatures. They're all so over the top and ridiculous. There's this lady, Miss Deagle. She's an absolute bitch. She's just like an over the top bitch. Billy is like your typical like clumsy, unlikely hero. He's so fucking useless, man. There's this one scene with like a juicer. There's this one scene with a fucking juicer, and it had nothing. This is before any of the gremlins even showed up. And it's just like, what? Come on, Billy. What the fuck happened, dude? His dad's like an inventor, and he just makes this ridiculous, useless bullshit. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's just fucking crazy in this movie, man. A lot of the best bits definitely come in like the third act of the movie, where the gremlins are finally unleashed on the town. There are so many good scenes here, man. Can we talk about that goddamn bar scene? They're all just getting drunk, and they're smoking, and they're just wrecking this bar. They're playing pool, doing stupid shit. It doesn't make any sense. The thing that made me laugh so hard in this scene is the bartender, the girl. She's like Billy's love interest as well. She's like feeding them drinks. She's giving them drinks. She's still like working. What are you doing? Why is she serving them alcohol? I don't understand. Why doesn't she just run away? She's like trying to pour them these drinks. I'm just like, why? What are you doing? This doesn't make any sense, and I love it. And then that fucking bitch, Miss Deagle. I'm pretty sure she's only around for like the payoff of when she fucking dies. She has like the best death in this entire movie, because you just hate her so much. They make her out to be such an over-the-top biatch, and then they give her one of the absolute most hilarious death scenes in the entire movie. It's so elaborate and so intentional. I love it. So many of these scenes with the gremlins, they're just so ridiculous with these goddamn puppets, and there's like some stop motion sequences that look hilarious. And you know, it's the type of movie where this is so 80s, and it's so cheesy and it's so campy, but I love it. I love the camp. And it's like kind of sad. I don't think a movie like this would really be popular today. I don't think it would work with modern audiences today. I feel like camp is lost on a lot of modern filmgoers.
It's camp.
So I just love the use of all the puppets, and I love the look of the movie and everything. You know, it's all practical effects. Even the scene where Stripe jumps into the swimming pool, like, man, they fucked that pool up at the YMCA. They fucked that pool up good filming this movie, because it's all bubbling. There's all this green smoke coming up everywhere. That's all practical, man, and it looks so sick. So the gremlins, you know, they start off as like super cute with Gizmo and stuff, and Gizmo remains like cute and like extremely likable throughout. And then, you know, once they turn all reptilian, then that's when you don't mind seeing them get killed and get fucked up, because they're a bunch of little bastards when that happens. Yeah, Gizmo is definitely, he's like a different type of gremlin. He clearly is a good guy, so to speak. In the scene where Billy accidentally feeds the other gremlins after midnight, he even offers food to Gizmo, and Gizmo's like, no, because he knew it was after midnight, and he knew he would transform into the reptilian gremlin. So you can see he's cut from a different cloth for sure. Gizmo is the goddamn best, man. I know what I want for Christmas. I know what I want for Christmas this year. I want a goddamn Gizmo doll. I'm a full-grown man. Don't fucking judge me. Stripe like remains the villain throughout the movie, and he ends up like getting a gun, and he's like this gremlin using like a gun. It's so bizarre. It's just like, what? But again, you know, if you got scenes where fucking gremlins are like drinking and smoking and doing all kinds of ridiculous shit. One of the fucking gremlins, there's a scene where he's wearing like a trench coat and he flashes one girl. I'm just like, what is this movie, man? It looks like a family film at first, but no, it is not a family film. Not at all, dude. This movie, is definitely a classic. You know, I've been gushing about it this entire time, and I don't know if I have any real negative things to say about it. You know, I could totally understand if it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, because it's so bizarre. It's a very strange movie. It's a very 80s movie. You know, not everyone's going to be into fucking, you know, murdering puppets. Murdering fucking little gremlins. You know, I tried to get my girlfriend to watch it. She was like, no, I don't want to watch that. Hey, I get it. You know, it is not for everyone. You know, it's a bona fide, like, cult classic, like, favorite. And, you know, I tried to go into this movie without any expectation or judgment, because I want to keep my expectations in check. I knew this movie was very revered, but goddamn, it even exceeded my expectations. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. I give this movie like a 9.5 out of 10. I see myself watching this movie almost every Christmas now. And can we talk real quick about how Furbies totally ripped off Gremlins and like back in the 90s when Furbies were like this huge phenomenon? They totally look like Gremlins. They're a bunch of little fucking gizmos. That's what they look like, man. And I was reading online, and obviously I'm not the first person to make this connection, and apparently there's rumors that there was a lawsuit and a settlement behind closed doors, and there was for like a lot of money. But what ended up happening is they ended up making a Gizmo branded like Gremlins Furby. It's like an official one, and they only made I think they only made a couple 100,000 of them, but I want to track one down because I kind of want one, to be honest. And I think they're on eBay, and I think they're kind of expensive, so I don't know. Oh well. Anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. For the next episode of Fatal Film, we are watching another Christmas horror movie, a newer one this time around. We are watching Krampus. I don't know if it's going to be good, but at the very least it'll be interesting. We will judge it for ourselves. Until next time, thanks for watching.